If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they come for you, and the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday podcast. I do apologize. Today has been a pretty crazy day. I was going to do this podcast this morning, but the internet decided to not work, actually, for the first time in months. So I've actually left the house and gone to a co-working space just to do the podcast. So thank you so much for being patient with me, and hopefully internet should be back on form tomorrow. Haven't had this issue, so maybe it was just a one-off. And yeah, I had to also sort through almost 150 images, and I've got 45 slides, which might be the most I've had since the coronation. There's a lot to get through, and I've been doing some investigative journalism. So things continue to get wild out here. So let's get to it. Thank you so much to the mods, as always. You are amazing. Right. First thing I wanted to start with was this, just as a reminder for everyone. This was from Prince Harry's Spare. And if you are listening to this podcast and you have not read Spare, go and read it. Okay, you can listen to the audiobook and put the speed up if you want to get through it faster. And if you have not watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary, go and watch it. And in fact, I actually encourage everybody, even if you have watched it, to watch it, because I think it's going to put a lot of things into sharper perspective, given everything that's happened the last 2 weeks. But I just wanted to read this from Spare. I'll never support. I'll forever, I'll forever support my queen, my commander in chief, my granny, even after she's gone. My problem has never been with a monarchy nor the concept of a monarchy. It's been with the press and the sick relationship that's evolved between it and the palace. I love my mother country and I love my family and I always will. I just wish at the second darkest moment of my life, they'd both been there for me. And I believe they'll look back one day and wish they had too. And I agree. But you cannot save fools from themselves. Even if you do not like Harry, even if you do not like the monarchy, what Princess Diana's second son has done, especially in terms of the press and being more open, I think, than anyone other than his mum about this institution and the revolving door of corruption between the institution, the press, and even Westminster, is so brave. And that some people chose to eat up the Jonathan Rothermere, Rupert Murdoch propaganda and hate on his wife, I think is going to go down as one of the most shameful things I've seen in British public relations history for a long time. The ease in which people decided to hate on this woman and jump on the hate train. All of that is going to have consequences. And if you are one of those people and you're listening to this, know that you have contributed to the downfall of the monarchy that we are seeing now. And this is just the beginning, by the way. This is the compounding of the last 6 years, and everything in the last 6 years is going to come down 10 times harder on Kate, William, and the rest of the institution. You, all the trolls and the derangers and the haters, you are also responsible for this downfall, and I hope you know that. We have been listening, we have been watching, we are very aware of the hate towards Meghan. It's not just about Meghan, it's what Meghan stands for. Everything she stands for. As an outspoken woman, as a biracial woman with a black mother, as a feminist, as a self-made woman, as someone who had her own before she came into this institution, as someone who didn't bow down, because why would she? She walked into that institution and she knew, I can be better than this. But I believe genuinely that Meghan wanted to help. But when you believe that your standard is the standard and you've never been challenged, then when someone like Meghan comes in who's self-made, she didn't inherit her wealth. I think that they couldn't absorb it at all, because they've been told their entire lives that British monarchy is the standard. There's nothing higher in British society in the world than this, the empire. And here came this modern, self-made American woman with her straight white teeth and her flawless, wrinkle-free skin. And some people just could not handle. The institution couldn't handle, and certain members of the British public could not handle. And here we find ourselves. Okay, my intro rant over. Samantha Markle. Samantha Markle is a loser. She lost her case against Meghan, and that is literally what I'm going to say about this. We always knew she was going to lose. The judge threw out the case. It was absolutely ridiculous. This was this fake defamation case because Meghan apparently said that she was raised as an only child, which was true because she barely knew Samantha. So Samantha Markle, the loser. I don't know where she's going to get her next paycheck from now, maybe she'll start blabbing and say who was backing this court case, because there ain't no way that she had the money to put forward this court case by herself. Now, back to the whole Kate malarkey and how this is all unraveling. Now, I don't believe that Harry and Meghan have to say anything. There are all of these reports saying that Meghan should defend Kate, which is absolute nonsense. Meghan does not have to defend Kate when that Meghan made Kate Meghan made Kate cry headline came out. Kate said nothing. There was no rebuttal from the palace. When Meghan was pregnant, the bullying got worse. Kate never came out to support her. Meghan was thrown to the wolves. So why now should Meghan say anything in defense of Kate? Quite frankly, I think that Meghan was gracious enough in the Oprah interview towards Kate. So, a Sussex spokesperson put out a statement and said a spokesperson for the Sussexes denied making any comment about Kate's picture. Last night, an official spokesperson for the couple denied making any comment about Kate's picture. There were a couple news outlets that tried to spin it like Harry and Meghan had said something. Insiders said, sources said that Harry and Meghan said this, and also the headlines coming out to say that Meghan should say something. And the Sussex spokesperson has said absolutely not. No comments have been made. And if they're putting out this statement, I can imagine that no comments will be made. I think Harry and Meghan need to stay as far away from this as possible. None of their business. They've left the institution. Let the institution handle it. And it's now become the absolute laughingstock. It was even the talk of the White House. One of these journalists asking, "Madam, would you have you ever airbrushed, photoshopped any pictures of the Prime Minister?" And obviously the communication secretary there said no, absolutely not. That was quite funny. If you've seen the clip, I'm not going to play it because it's official White House footage, but that was hilarious. Also, Stephen Colbert, he actually outright talked about the affair, the alleged affair. So now mainstream media have finally found the confidence to talk about it. Mind you, up until now, there was pretty much a super injunction, some kind of injunction on talking about this or any type of evidence regarding this. So for whatever reason, probably because the floodgates have now opened, and if everybody jumps at once, everybody's covered. People are now feeling very free, well, especially the foreign press, are feeling a lot more free to talk about the alleged affair and to talk about Rose. But you know who's loving all of this? Camilla. Camilla is carrying on as if nothing happened. Oh, look, they even made a cute Barbie doll. Cute Barbie. I don't think this is the official Mattel Barbie doll, by the way. I think they made this just for this event. But she was honored with a doll and was out. I think this was some kind of girls and women's power event or something like that. She's loving all of this. This was actually put out by Buckingham Palace. There was a whole video. They did a whole video montage. So now she gets to be front and center and look like the strong and stable one while chaos ensues. Charles did not show up to the Commonwealth event. And so literally front and center was Camilla and William. And this picture just makes my stomach flip. Diana's firstborn son with Diana's arch nemesis. Harry said that Camilla is dangerous. And it's just so strange to witness this dynamic, because they're here and they're smiling towards each other, and then they go home and they literally start plotting about how they're going to destroy the other person. This isn't a family, it's a cult. Jonathan Dean, this dude over here, I think he's a journalist. He posted this some time ago. This was back in 2021. My God, I can't wait until the papers can talk about Prince William freely. Is now the time, Jonathan? Is now the time? I think now might be the time because everybody's weighing in. CNN said that they will now be reviewing all handout photos previously provided by Kensington Palace. I mean, I don't really know what they want to find other than bad Photoshop because I feel like with this picture with Kate, the Mother's Day picture, it wasn't that it was just bad Photoshop. It's the fact that that image was put out as proof of life of her. That's what makes this so much more different from other Photoshop images, which they have done before. But this was about, is Kate okay? Let's give them proof of life. And then we find out there's like 3 or 4 different images put together. And then on top of that, they will not release the original. Kensington Palace have outrightly refused to release the original. So we were told that William took that original photo. That's what they told us. And then when it all went completely haywire, we then get a statement from Kate saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I like to play around with Photoshop." And we were meant to believe that the night before Mother's Day, Kate was fiddling around on Photoshop. So it's a lot more than just, that the image was altered. They still have not given us any type of proof of life. That's what's so scary about this. And you've also got the British Press Photographers Association. They put out this statement. Let's have a read of this. The British Press Photographers Association applauds the actions of the major agencies who have had the courage to withdraw the recently distributed image showing Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales and her children by issuing a kill notice. Their suspicions that the photograph had been digitally manipulated were well founded, and it is important for the reputation of press photography that they have acted as swiftly and decisively as they have. We are led to believe that HRH, the Princess of Wales, had said that she edited the image and has apologized. That should not be the end of the matter, however. Whether the picture was manipulated to look nice by someone who didn't understand the importance of truth in images, or whether there is something else behind their actions, is not as important as getting the message out there that it is wrong. The BPPA has always spoken up in favor of making sure that the public has trust in the photographs produced by our members, as well as those who supply images to the news media. This has become more of an issue since pictures supplied by such a variety of sources have become more common, and we would urge all of those sources to have a look at Item 1, Clause 1 of the Editor's Code of Practice, which says the press must take care not to publish inaccurate or misleading or distorted information or images, including headlines not supported by the text. We would urge everyone involved to make the original images available for inspection so that we can assess what has been done, make sure that it doesn't happen again, and allow the story to be the last time manipulated images are distributed by the media. Oh my goodness. And you know what's so amazing about all of this? This is probably the most impactful the royal family have been in generations, because we are living in a time of AI images and misinformation. And now these photo and press agencies are saying we are going to be more robust. So their foolishness has actually done us all a favor. And I hope that the press agencies do follow through and swear to be more robust and careful about what they publish. Because for sure, in an age of misinformation and AI, you don't want to distribute images that would cause panic, especially in the very vulnerable political state that we are in now. Also, Tatler magazine. So in the middle of all of this, Tatler, before I get onto this, one last thing that I wanted to say, sorry, about that statement put out by Kate, that she supposedly is the one that edited these images. If you noticed, that statement was put out on Twitter. It was not put on official royal correspondence with the royal letterhead. the picture is still up on Instagram and they haven't even taken it down or made any type of correction anywhere else on any of their other platforms. So if it's not on any type of like official royal correspondence, I'm wondering, does it mean that it will be filed in the historical papers? Are they trying to um, basically erase or suppress history in real time in an internet age? I found that very interesting. And even the announcement of her abdominal surgery, that was on an official royal letterhead, but I don't believe there was a date on that. So there's like all these weird inconsistencies that we don't usually see from the palace. Someone got very creative there with the fake movie poster, but that is very likely coming to a Netflix series near you. Right, I'm going to get through the comments and then we'll get on to the next thing. If you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Okay, gosh, what a long day it's been. Roseanne, they can't release the original because there isn't an original. Exactly. Mrs. Dutz, my heartbeat increased at the anticipation. I was one of the few who said that Bold Mop and Broomstick would never divorce. And can you explain, Mrs. Dutz, why you thought that that was going to be the case? Because I felt like it was going to happen for some time. In the first place, given everything we know now, William's smelling of alcohol on his wedding day kind of seems like he never wanted to marry her in the first place. And the signs of their divorce has been there for a long time. But I do believe that it's William that wants a divorce. I don't think it's Kate. And I do believe that there's an element to which that she has had just a breakdown. Roseanne, you said, the issue is if a top royal family is allowed to get away with making up photos and sending them out as genuine, without backlash, political groups will think that it's okay as well. This exactly. And I'm glad that a precedent has been set. Elaine, has anybody heard from Piers Morgan about this? No. But you know who we have heard from? His wife. His wife, who should be preparing to be a prison bae instead of putting out articles. I do believe that Piers Morgan will be dragged to court over phone hacking. Whether or not he's sent to jail, that's a whole nother thing. But I do believe that he'll be dragged to court eventually. So Celia Walden, this is Piers Morgan's wife. She wrote an article saying the shameful speculation about the Princess of Wales's health has to stop. People seem to think the public own the rights to her mental health and physical state. What happened to manners, grace, and sensitivity? Recollections are varying for Celia Walden because she said that this week. But here's what she said about Meghan back in 2019. Meghan can't demand privacy for baby Archie while asking the public to fund her family's lifestyle. And here's what she said in 2020. When did criticism of Meghan and Harry become racism? Has someone got amnesia? Anyway, yes, this Tatler article. Let's move on to this. So Tatler posted, this is an article that they wrote a while ago, actually. So they reposted it on Twitter. Who is the matroness of Cholmondeley? Prince William and Kate's Norfolk neighbour, who encouraged their princess's festival visit. And this is, of course, for those of you who are new here, the alleged mistress of Prince William. So they posted this, likely to get some traffic back to the article because it is an old article. And there's been a couple of other news sites that have done this. But almost as quickly as they posted it, they deleted it. Now, I managed to get some screenshots before they deleted it. And my repost of the screenshots now has over 1 million views. So nice try, Tatler. Nice try. I don't understand why they wouldn't just stand on what they posted because like the article is still there. So why delete the tweet? But I guess it did what it was meant to do. It got traction. But Tatler is an aristo rag. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were probably going to get a call from the palace, or if they've had calls from the palace. Because I remember there was that whole Kate the Great cover debacle that happened, where they said things about her in the article. It was meant to be like this glowing profile of Kate, but they said things in the article that just made her sound really bad. And the palace had to come in and they ended up retracting some things. So Tatler has beef with the palace. Doesn't surprise me that they're being this shady. And because of the absolute disaster that this has all been, two things are now happening with the tabloid press. They are either trying to explain this all away, or they're trying to make Kate look like a victim, and they're also protecting William. But mostly, I believe that they're protecting William. So there was this article by Kate Manzi in the Times. Now, I haven't done a side-by-side comparison, but I've been made aware that this article has now been changed. Like, wording has been changed and some parts have been removed. But here are some interesting things from when it was first published. And by the way, Kate Manzi, for those of you who don't know, she is part of the official Royal Rota, one of the Royal Rota rats, who are propaganda mouthpieces for the palace and the press. And she also was sued by Prince Harry for an inaccurate article that she posted in the Daily Mail about his security. So this is what. So she's one of the press dogs for the palace. So she wrote in her article, within hours of its release, however, the Princess of Wales, who had tried her best, realised that she got it very, very badly wrong indeed. Sources said that a shaken princess told aides that she wanted to make amends and claim responsibility for her mistake, even though Prince William had taken the image. It meant that Kate, who, after a long discussion with staff, decided to issue an apology for the confusion. So of the image, they say the first red flag might have been that the seemingly perfect image was shot in just a 48-minute window on Friday in Windsor, a source said. So who's the source? Time constraints meant that the picture had to open. By the way, again, for those of you who aren't new here, when they say a source said, an insider said, they're just talking about the palace. There's no source or insider. It's the palace briefing to the press to paint a picture and paint a story. So when they say it was shot in a 40-minute window, it's like they're trying to paint this picture that, oh, it really isn't Kate's fault and it was all just one big misunderstanding and she barely had any time, the poor thing. Goes on to say, time constraints meant that the picture had to happen once the children were back from school and once William was back from London, where he had been attending a Nerf shot event at the Oval Cricket Ground. So this is their alibi. This is their excuse. But none of it is still adding up. Because if you can produce a picture of Prince Philip like this, looking like this, you can produce a picture of Kate looking healthy. Because you wanted us to believe that this image of her on Mother's Day was her and that she's okay. So you can't produce another image of her looking happy and okay? Why not just grab a camera and take a picture? You don't have to have all the kids there. We just want to see Kate. Where is she? Is she alive? You wanted us to believe that she could sit up wearing skinny jeans with a grown child pressing his weight down on her from behind, that she's okay and dandy. So give us just a 2-second video of Kate saying hi or holding today's paper. It's not making sense. It's not adding up. If you can show Prince Philip like this picture that you're seeing on the screen, if they can show Prince Philip looking like that, they can give us a real picture of Kate. Other news outlets, just they're not buying it. This is from the Los Angeles Times, saying how desperate must Kensington Palace and Kate and William be to prove that the princess is fine, that they would release as proof that all is well, a photo so easily identified as fake? And how bizarre is it that Kate would so swiftly respond to the Photoshop concerns instead of, say, William, who allegedly took the picture? Because William can't take any heat, willing to throw his own wife under the bus. And not just, post a video or something to prove how ridiculous everyone is being. It feels like a rare moment when a member of the royal family could prove the rumors wrong and tell the nation, and the world would pull yourself together, man. Instead, they're forced a recounting of all the times the royal family and palace press have covered up, often with outright lies and scandal and health scares. Whoever is running Kate's information campaign is making it far too easy for us to remember Princess Diana's eating disorders, mental health issues, and instances of self harm, not to mention Meghan Markle's description of suicidal ideation. None of which is in the best interest of the monarchy. The death of Queen Elizabeth II has only increased calls for its disbandment, and with King Charles III having cancer, all eyes are inevitably on William, who is now accused of covering up something potentially terrible involving his wife. Y'all, it's all coming down. The Los Angeles Times said, absolutely not. We are just going to start speaking truth to power, finally. Only took 6 years of Meghan being bullied, but we did eventually get there, folks. Now, in all of this, we may have, and I say may, because I don't know for sure, we may have a third fake picture, or at the very least, suspicious picture. So, the Daily Mail claimed that they captured this, or a photographer for the Daily Mail claimed that they captured this picture of Kate and William leaving Windsor Castle. And supposedly, Kate was going to an appointment and William was going to Westminster Abbey for the Commonwealth service. Okay, so if they were going to two separate places, why did they both get in the same car? You want me to believe that William just said, all right, love, I'm going to the Westminster service. Do you want to pop into the car, and we can drop you off at your appointment? Is that what I'm meant to believe? There are actually 3 images of this moment. It's like a burst, but all images that I've seen of this moment, Kate is still looking away. We don't know why she's looking away. Knowing everything that's being spoken about, if indeed she does know, because rumor has it she could be in a coma, it would just squash the rumors if we could just have one image of her looking at the camera, because they released a TMZ photo where we could see the front of her face, albeit with glasses. It's like they don't want us to see her face. What is going on? So, and I didn't even think of that until now. If they could release that TMZ photo supposedly of her facing the camera, albeit with glasses, why can't they give us a photo like this with her looking at the camera? It just adds to the speculation. There is one photo editor who believes that Kate's head was put in. So I'm just going to play this and we'll discuss. I'll play it again. So make of that what you will. Now, the photographer who took that photo is now lashing back and saying that photo was indeed real. So this is for the New York Post. Photographer who snapped Kate Middleton, blast claims image was doctored. We don't change our photos. And this is what he said. He said the paparazzi who snapped The pic of Kate Middleton riding alongside Prince William in a car Monday is speaking out to quash online conspiracies that the photo was doctored. We don't change our photos in Photoshop, other than adjusting the levels of light if necessary, photographer Jim Bennett told the Post. Bennett said he and a partner were hired by a news outlet to get a shot of Prince William heading to Westminster Abbey for a royal event. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. Then the only news outlet that had that photo at the time of its publication was the Daily Mail. So is he admitting that it's the Daily Mail who hired him and this photographer to go, and the Daily Mail is a mouthpiece for the palace? So isn't that just proof of some kind of collaboration between the press, the Daily Mail, and the palace? Like, there's still guilt there. Anyway, the cars left Windsor Castle, and I photographed them a short distance away on Datchet High Street outside number 39 to be precise, he said. Car shots are unpredictable at the best of times, and with some reflection on the glass, it can be difficult. He added, as it happened, it wasn't until I checked the back of the camera to make sure I had a frame of Prince William that I realized there was someone sitting next to him. It turned out to be Catherine. Right, so I did some private investigating. This is Datchet High Street on Google Maps. So 39 is the White House, and across the street is the red brick. So that red brick building is indeed there. And here is a close-up of the red brick building. So you can see the bottom brick, there's more kind of white between the bricks, and the top, there isn't so much. So that could explain why if you look at the image, the brick through the window, we can't see it here, but the brick through the window looks more light than the brick up at the top. Because a lot of people pointed that out. So that could be a possible explanation as to why. And when I put the route from Windsor Castle to Westminster Abbey, it does indeed tell you to go down that road. Now, what I want to know is, if they know that the royals come down this road often, or around this area often, are the paparazzi camped out there all the time? Do they go there all the time? Are they allowed in that residential area? Because I just can't imagine that they would just be allowed to be around there in a residential area, knowing that the royals are in that area, and this looks like a pretty posh area as well. I don't think people would be happy with paparazzi just standing there waiting for royals, knowing that the royals are in this area often. And why have we not seen the royals packed in this area ever? I don't think I've ever seen them packed here specifically, and especially in the last 2 months when everybody is searching for answers. So you're telling me that this particular photographer was told by a publication, supposedly the Daily Mail, where the photos were published first and exclusively, to go to this spot, and they just happened to get that photo of Kate and William when nobody else did. And we're not even 100% sure that that is Kate. And if it is Kate, knowing that everyone wants to know where she is and wants proper proof of life, why did she turn away from the camera when she was apparently happy to pose for a Mother's Day picture, but we now know that wasn't her? Yo, the math ain't mathin'. It just is not mathin'. I'll go to your comments before we get on to the next thing. I was feeling real Sherlock Holmes today. Marceline, why would Kate's mother get involved if something is wrong? Wasn't she driving the car? Do you mean, why doesn't Kate's mother get involved? It's funny, we've barely heard from the Middletons. The only thing that we've heard more recently is that James Middleton, Kate's brother, is releasing a book that nobody is going to read. Like said, he said, no, they weren't allowed to just be there. This was planned and strategic to not get a good shot of Kate. If Kate was even there, exactly. There's only one type of image. What happened to the other views? That exactly. I mean, all of these pictures that they're putting out just arouse more suspicion. Yeah, Claudia Sims taking the back of her head. Sonia, if you're buying this, I have a bridge in New York to see you at a low price, to sell you at a low price. Yeah, indeed. Rahini, with all this noise, all Kitty had to do is walk outside. Exactly. If she can sit up straight in skinny jeans after abdominal surgery and smile at the camera, what they wanted us to believe, she can come outside and wave. Unbelievable. In other news, Roy Anika was doing a news segment today and showed up to work with a black eye. Did someone incandescent with rage knock her out? Like, what's happening here? Like, sis didn't even make an effort to cover up her black eye. What I noticed, or the reason I really noticed this, was Princess Anne's husband also recently showed up randomly with a black eye. Like, what's happening? What is happening with these royal journalists and these royals? I don't know. Maybe she went out for a drink and like fell over or something. Right. Was there anything else I wanted to mention? Oh yes, I wanted to mention this. So the Sun newspaper had this on their cover: "Lay off a Kate." This is the same Sun newspaper, by the way, that signed off and allowed Jeremy Clarkson to publish an article in which he spoke about hating Meghan on a cellular level and dreaming of the day that she is made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain while the crowds chant shame and throw lumps of excrement at her. But we're apparently meant to lay off Kate. And just as a reminder, Jeremy Clarkson posted that article in The Sun the day after he went out to lunch with Camilla and Piers Morgan. Never forget that. It's not just that he posted that disgusting article in The Sun. He went out with Camilla and Piers Morgan the day before it was posted. You're not going to tell me that Camilla didn't know that that article was going to be posted. She probably co-signed it as well. And the lead editor of The Sun, Victoria Newton, has been accused of using stories that came from phone hacking. And she also met with Charles the last day that he was prince, just before he became king. So the king was having meetings with the lead editor of the Sun newspaper just before he became king. Revolving door of corruptions. I'm sorry for those of you who are in the squad who know all of these, links and intricacies, but for those who are new and who don't know all of this, it's important that we put this out there. I've gotten so many messages from people who have said, "Oh, my friend mentioned the whole Kate thing, and I sent them to your podcast." So it's important for us to make these links because not everybody is aware of just how deep the rot is. Right. Next thing. Oh yes, another thing for those of you who may not be aware: the bot farms. The bot farms on social media have been recharged. So the whole bot farm controversy started way back in I think it was 2020 this started, maybe even before then actually. But initially when it started, no, it was before that. It was when Meghan came into the fold, and a journalist noticed something very strange about Kensington Palace's Instagram account, which is Kate and Williams, and the Sussex Royal account, which was Meghan and Harry's, which obviously they don't use anymore. But what they noticed was that the Kensington Palace account always seemed to have around about, I think it was like 100,000 followers more than the Sussex Royal account, and suggested you can go and actually read this whole article if you want more details. But basically, what the journalist was saying is that it appeared that Kensington Palace were just buying fake accounts to keep up with the Sussex royal account, Harry and Meghan's account. So that's kind of where this whole bot farm thing started. And then it started with, okay, we just want more followers than you. And now it's morphed into whole troll farms on across social media, but most prominently on Twitter. And there's different things that these troll farms do. So some of the trolls are obviously bots, automated bots. Some of them I do believe are paid trolls. And there's nowhere else that this could be coming from than the palace. And we don't have direct proof, but who else would it be coming from? So here's an example of what the bot farms do. So you can see 5 different tweets, all have the same message, but different accounts. And so with this one, you've got the message, the world has gone mad, Kate has had major surgery that required major recovery time, blah, 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 blah. So that's been copied and pasted many, many times with the same hashtags on different accounts. I think in the next podcast, I'll get a picture of what a bot farm actually looks like. But if you Google it, it's literally just hundreds of phones hooked up to computers. It's insane. And you can actually hire these bot farms to launch positive propaganda or negative propaganda. So in the case of Kensington Palace, obviously, they use the bot farms for positive propaganda for themselves and also for negative propaganda and trolling of Harry and Meghan, and also trolling their fans. So that's something to bear in mind if you are on social media. There are active bot farms, and it is believed, because who else would it be? Here's another example, different message. It is believed that this is coming from the palace. And sometimes these bot farms post positive messages about Kate and William. Other times they harass Harry and Meghan, but particularly Meghan. And I remember on the first day of the new year, I logged in and literally my whole For You tab was just anti-Meghan tweets. And it was all from bots. And what happened at the very beginning of the year? The Epstein files and more talk about Prince Andrew. Here's another example. It is insane. Okay, let's get through some of your comments. Church Nelly, always a one-sided competition. Unfortunately, the royals turned it into that. I genuinely believe that, Harry wanted to serve the monarch. So did Meghan, but the institution wants to play this popularity contest. Oh, thank you so much to Black Queen for the coffee. Oh, Pamela K wants to donate to you, but she doesn't do online payments. She wants to know if you can receive donations via Western Union or MoneyGram. I don't currently, right now, I wouldn't really want to receive money through those avenues. Thank you so much for wanting to donate, but at the moment, I'm only taking through online. So thank you so much for being considerate and even asking if there's another way that you can support. But at the moment, no, I will not be taking money through Western Union or MoneyGram. But thank you so much for asking, darling. If you want to donate something via cash, then whatever you were going to donate to me, maybe go to the shop and buy some food for your food bank, or I don't something like that. Do something for charity. So thank you so much. See, Mac, you said at this point my husband would prop me up and have me hold a newspaper to prove I'm not in the box with Thomas Kingston. Well, they actually had Thomas Kingston's funeral. William was there. There are videos going around, different conspiracy theories about, was Kate pregnant with his baby? Is his suicide somehow linked to all of this craziness? And I'm not 100% convinced of that, but it is mighty just strange that whatever happened to this guy, he felt that he needed to take his life. And it happened around this time. That is obviously a tragedy and a very strange coincidence, and even more weird the way the royal rota behaved when that happened, instantly rushing to distance Prince William from that incident when nobody was making the link in the first place. See, Mac, KP is notorious the bots. As soon as you say a word, you are flooded. Yes. If you say anything about Kate and William, anything negative about them, or anything positive about Harry and Meghan, especially about Meghan, they'll come after you. And sometimes the bot farms malfunction. So Sussex County has a Twitter page, I think I think it's like Sussex NHS or something like that. And they tweeted something, and I think the bot farms thought that because it was Sussex County, the tweet was about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. So their tweets started getting attacked with trolls. So sometimes the bot farms can't differentiate, and they go after people who are perfectly innocent and have absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Yeah, that's another thing. Bots going, posting things about Diana. Still in her death, they're posting lies about her. Also makes me question, all those pictures of Pippa on holiday. Was that just a smokescreen to make us think that she's okay? Because if my sister was in a coma, I wouldn't be holidaying in the Caribbean. All right. You know what? There probably was more that I wanted to say, but I think I'm just going to leave it for today. We're going on almost an hour, and I want to get back home. So thank you as always, everyone, for joining. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And also check the description box and chat box if you would like to donate. We are moving closer and closer and closer to when I can appeal to get my channel re-monetized. And appreciate every single one of you for supporting until that time comes. Right, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. I'm sure we'll have more as the days go on. Ciao.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they call for you, and the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby I got you. Yeah, baby I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens.